Did you know that for this movie, the 4 leads in this movie were born on 4 different continents? Chris Hemsworth was born in Australia, Jessica Chastain was born in North America, Charlize Theron was born in South Africa, and Emily Blunt was born in Europe. I think this movie isn't as good as the first movie. There are some good things in this movie that I enjoy, but there's some stuff in this movie that I just feel just kind of took away from the magic of the first movie. But I'll get into the good things first, and I'll save the bad things for the end of the review. I'd say the strongest thing about this movie is it's visually stunning. Just the landscapes, the beauty, the colors, the special effects that are used, the creatures, the costume design, the makeup design. I mean, there was a lot of work put into making this movie look as magical as possible. Emily Blunt's makeup took 2 hours to apply every day, so that just shows you how dedicated they wanted to be making her look like the Snow Queen. Another really great part of this movie is I felt that the dynamics between Charlize Theron and Emily Blunt in this movie was amazing. Playing sisters in this movie I think was the perfect casting choice for both of them. They both work so well off of each other. Charlize Theron is just menacing. She was born for the role of Evil Queen. Emily Blunt really stepped it up and really made her character believable. At times you can feel her heart breaking and her soul just being torn apart by her anguish and how hurt and how broken she is and her belief that there's no such thing as love. I'm really glad they brought Charlize Theron back because, like I stated in my review for Snow White and the Huntsman, which if you want to see my review to that, I'll leave the link for it in the description. I really like Charlize Theron. I actually have a crush on her, so having her come back in this movie just made the movie great for me. I didn't think this movie would be anything special, but just the fact that Charlize is back was good enough for me and was enough for me to watch it and enjoy it as much as I could. I did like that we had a lot of good screen time between Eric and Sara. We got to see their backstory and we got to hear all about how they fell in love and they went against the Snow Queen. It was actually a really good side story. I think the chemistry between Chris Hemsworth and Jessica Chastain was really good. Most of the movie was okay, but the reasons I didn't like this movie was I often wondered if this movie was a prequel or a sequel, and technically it's both. It starts out as a prequel, but then it ends as a sequel. That just rubs me the wrong way. It's either a prequel or it's a sequel. I don't think it can be both, because it just kind of throws you off. It throws the storylines off. It's just not the smartest way of going about making a movie. As much as I didn't like Kristen Stewart as Snow White, her absence in this movie was obviously notable. She wasn't brought back for this movie, and I think it would have been a better movie if Snow White was in it, and to some degree it's not really a Snow White movie without Snow White in it. And the big question is, was this movie even necessary to be made? I think it is necessary to have this movie just to get a better understanding of the backstories between Sara and Eric and then the Evil Queen and the Snow Queen. I think that's necessary because I think a lot of people want to see more of them and want to understand why they are the way they are. This is an enjoyable movie. It's not better than the first movie. The first movie is better, but it's magical. It's fun to watch. Just something to sit back and enjoy. It's on Netflix right now, but it's leaving really soon, so if you want to see this movie again, check it out as soon as you possibly can. So for The Huntsman, Winter's War, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10 Mudflaps, and remember to leave me a thumbs up, and see you next time.